What's going on, homies? We've got something nice on the Chanel, finally. So if you can tell from the title of the video, we got a full screen unit for the GS here.
I love it. I love this TV.
Boys over at Carputech sent over a full screen Linux-based head unit. Linux-based means it should boot up a bit quicker than the one I have on now, because the one I have now takes kind of forever. I'll show you. Alrighty, let's see if I can show you the real boot time of the Android head unit that I put in here. Here's the car on, it's gonna boot screen. It's gonna show the map, which I guess I can just show it here. This is the door. See, phone is connected already. You can see that it's connected, but it takes a while for the actual head unit to, I guess, display. There it is. And even while this is going on, it's like gonna disconnect and connect your audio. Just turn something on real here. See, there you go. One of the issues I didn't like with this head unit that I installed was the long boot times. Maybe like a minute, 30 seconds to a minute before it actually, Android Auto actually boots up. So yeah, hopefully this new one will be better. So we got like the bezel, it seems here, the actual screen itself.
Oh, nah, I ain't seen nothing. I ain't seen nothing.
And then all the wiring, but it seems pretty straightforward. Check back in with you guys later. Alright, went ahead and disconnected the battery since the door is going to be open probably for a bit. And we're going to start taking out the dash and the existing screen here. You're going to pop off these two side panels here, these two leather panels. You're just going to pull right here. And then it's stuck in here. There's like a little slot that it goes into. Just going to pull it out. You'll see how it's in there after I take it out and why it's giving me such a problem here. Right, I know it's kind of hard to see, but you just take off this piece right here. Just reach down, reach your hand down here, and then just pull. There's a little edge thing. Just pull it out, take out this trim piece. There we go, and that's what's holding on the side pieces. That's what was getting stuck. You're gonna want to undo this push button start harness right here. Take that out. Take off these trim tools as well. All right, with this little plastic bezel right here, there's like, I think 4 screws, 2 screws, 2 screws at the top here. 1, 2, oh, 3 screws, my bad. 3 screws, Phillips heads that you're gonna wanna undo, and then you can take off this plastic piece. Alrighty, move the car outside because I couldn't see shit in the garage. So yeah, you got 3 Phillips heads here, plastic Phillips heads that look like this. Under those 3 screws, you're just gonna pull down a little bit here, and then it should pop out. There we go. I'm guessing I should take out the existing head unit. Man, it's such a pain because it's that box. I don't know if you can see that blue box right there that I need to take out and like disconnect everything, and it's just, oh my god, dude. I'm gonna take out this stock head unit just so I can get access to the Android head unit back here. What it is I think it's 10mm screws. One right there, one there, and then it should slide out. So yeah, 2 10mm on the bottom. There are 4 on connecting the screen right here. And once you take off that plastic little cowl unit, you'll be able to see, there we go. 2 on that side, 2 on that side, and that should allow you to pop the screen out. So what you're going to want to do once you remove all 4 bolts, it's basically you just pull this out and then kind of lay it down, and then you take it out. So there you go, take it out like this, and then you're just going to undo any wires that's connected to the screen there. So yeah, there you go. There's the wires. Those are most of the wires that are going from the Android head unit, the aftermarket head unit. I don't know, I might keep this just in case I don't like the for whatever reason I don't like the new one going in. I think I took out the screws, right? Yeah. Just gonna pull this out. Microfiber towel here just to protect the interior of it. Once I put this down here, pull this bad boy out. Head unit's out. Here's the box I was telling you about. So I'm gonna disconnect this, remove all the wires, and then pop that other one in. So I routed it basically from here down here, and then this goes into back here. So yeah, that's why it was kind of a pain in the ass. So like, fingers crossed this new head unit works, because it took me like a couple hours. So yeah, we're gonna continue removing these wires. The Android head unit is out. Look at this mess of wires, man. I don't know how I did this shit. Look at all this. I mean, in the end, it was pretty simple, but it is pretty overwhelming. So now we're going to look at wiring the new one. This is what we're working in terms of wires for this in. Let's get to it. Alrighty, I think I got most of these wires connected right. I'm gonna route these bad boys back up behind the head unit here, back up here, and connect it to the screen. Alrighty, got the wires routed. These are gonna be plugged into the screen here. I don't know about this thing right here, but I believe this also gets plugged into the screen. And this is the mic here. It said for Androids, which I have, you gotta plug in the mic for Hey Google or whatever to work. So yeah, we're gonna plug everything in and then pop the screen in there. Alrighty, it is in there. So I'm gonna start working on the wiring here now. It is mostly plugged in. I'm gonna power on, see what the hell happens. Oh, she powers on. It is BT93A, whatever, just pair it. Okay, I think I got it here. So what it was it also connects to your car's Bluetooth, so it plays music from your car's Bluetooth, and then it just connects to this thing for like Android Auto, and that's basically what it does. So I'll show you on the startup here, a quick little real-time test. Car's off, let's turn it on. It's the Lexus logo, and then it should go into here and then automatically connect to Android Auto. There we go, like 15 seconds-ish. Way quicker than the other unit. Yeah, that's pretty sick. I'll show you the backup camera. It also works with the backup camera as well. There we go. Pretty sick. Let's check out the air conditioning stuff. Oh, I guess this doesn't work. This is just for show. Guess I'm just gonna have to use on here. Oh, I see. It only shows once you push it on the actual physical button. It shows up on here. That's why. You can see like 25 degrees Celsius here. See 25 on there, and then I can turn it lower here. 2, and then 22 right there. Yeah, I can switch this. It's switching right here. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, it's pretty sick. So much easier to like install as well. It took me like 30 minutes to an hour to install this one. The other one took me like freaking couple days to install it. But yeah, this one looks pretty nice. Yeah, I definitely dig this more than the other one. Oh, you can actually see the volume here as well. On the other screen, it didn't show the volume at all. Yeah, I'm gonna install the little cowl that they gave, push this back in, and then get everything bolted, nutted, and bolted back in. It only uses 2 of the screws, the OEM bolts that you're supposed to screw in. So I'm just gonna go ahead and screw in the other 2 just to not lose them. Alrighty, Now it goes in this plastic cal piece here. I'm gonna play around with it and we'll check back in after. Kind of some force to put this back in there, but we are done. It looks pretty good, very OEM like. The boys over at Carpetech kind of hooked it up with a pretty good unit. Super quick, super fast. It's also responsive. Also, it is touchscreen. I don't know if you ever want to reach this far up to do it, but yeah, it's really responsive as well. Like songs, kind of like go up. It's obviously not like 120 hertz or whatever, but yeah, it's pretty sick. Digging it. So yeah, that was a super quick install. I mean, it's as simple as you can get. Shout out to the boys at Carpetech for hooking it up. You guys got a gs350? I suggest you guys check them out if you want Android Auto, like a full screen experience. Yeah, this unit's super sick. You guys saw it firsthand. Super quick boot into Android Auto compared to the other unit that I had, and it was only like half screen as well. But speaking of the other head unit, if you guys want it, just hit me in DMs. I'll give you a good price.
Look at the camera and smile.
Nothing wrong with it. You guys saw it. It just took forever like a minute to boot into Android Auto. But yeah, I guess that's it for this one. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.